Spoilers for Young and the Restless during the week of July 19 to 23. Michelle Stafford's character Phyllis Summers prepares a trap for Courtney Hope's character Sally Spectra. For weeks, Sally has been up to no good. On the CBS soap drama, Phyllis will now attempt to outshine the redhead. Additionally, Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, is questioned by Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, over Adam Newman, Mark Grossman. Ever since Sally Spectra came to town, Phyllis Summers has been wary of her. Things changed after Sally became involved with Phyllis' daughter. According to Y&R spoilers, Billy and Phyllis will soon work together. He assists Phyllis in demonstrating that Tara Locke, Elizabeth Liner, and Sally are problematic in Genoa City. Prepare for a quintessential Phyllis Summers plot. Billy recently overheard Sally Spectra and Tara having a private conversation on Young and the Restless. Sally acknowledged throughout the conversation that she had surreptitiously recorded Ashland Locke, Richard Berge. Tara then claimed to have leaked the tape. The tycoon was compelled to acknowledge that he was dying of cancer as a result of her actions. What game she's playing is unclear, but Sally had nothing to do with it. However, it is true that Sally has her own goal. Phyllis Summers raises the stakes with Sally the following week in an attempt to apprehend the conspirator. Naturally, Sally Spectra was involved in a number of GC plots. For starters, Sally Spectra assisted in the breakup of Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, and Summer Newman, Hunter King. As a result, Sally was hired by JCV, and Phyllis Summers' daughter was moved to Italy. Phyllis will not tolerate that. However, as Phyllis Summers might find out, it also appears like Sally has been Tara's pawn in some of this. According to teasers for Young and the Restless, Phyllis is also frantically trying to keep Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, out of Sally's grasp. Will Sally Spectra fall for the trick and enable Phyllis to take advantage of her? Without a doubt, Phyllis will not let up until she learns the truth about Sally. Next week, I&R's Sally and Phyllis plot will intensify. Watch to discover if Phyllis Summers exposes Sally Spectra or if she gets away with it all. Billy Abbott begins to doubt Sharon Newman's relationship with Adam Newman after something happens the next week. Chelsea Newman, Melissa Claire Egan, and her husband, Ray Rosales, Jordi Villasuso, are out of town. Therefore, Sharon has a lot of spare time. Present spoilers for Young and the Restless suggest that Adam and Sharon will soon have a serious conversation. Adam will confess his longing for Sharon. She will swear allegiance to Ray once more. But the relationship between them is undeniable. Does Billy then realize that the couple's relationship is still ablaze? He hates Adam, of course, and always will. Not to mention that she doesn't want him to be happy with Sharon or any other woman. Billy will inquire about Sharon's precise priorities. Maybe his inquiries may cause Sharon to reflect deeply about her life. A possible Chatham reunion is hinted at by Young and the Restless scoops. Will Billy be the driving force behind this rekindled romance, or will she advise him to leave and mind his own business? He seems to be everywhere these days, prying into people's personal lives on Y&R. According to recent Y&R spoilers, Michael Baldwin, Christian LeBlanc, and Amanda Sinclair, Michelle Morgan, will speak. She informs him of her belief in the innocence of her mother, Naya Benedict, played by Tasha Story. Nevertheless, Naya admitted to plotting to kill Amanda's biological father, her baby daddy. Thus, the female attorney has a challenging task ahead of her. The lawyer is putting in extra effort to obtain proof that Sutton Ames, Jack Landron, is to blame for her father's demise. She might be able to provide DA Michael with fresh information. Amanda has now teamed up with Victor Newman, Eric Braden, who has consented to assist her. Additionally, he is positive that Sutton was engaged and promised to assist. According to recent spoilers for Young and the Restless, Victor assisted by luring Sutton into a trap. Victor might therefore have discovered something that she can utilize to crack the case and save her mother. Michael and Amanda have an intriguing encounter next week that has the potential to completely alter the Who Killed Richard puzzle. Genoa City is transformed into a chessboard on the Young and the Restless the following week, and Phyllis Summers sets herself up as the queen who will not be defeated. Her most recent task? Laying the groundwork for Sally Spectra, the fiery redhead who has once again found herself in the focus of suspicion, attention, and a good deal of drama reminiscent of Newman. However, Sally is unaware that she is being targeted this time. After months of silent watching and barely controlled annoyance, Phyllis is prepared to take action. She has a well-thought-out, multi-layered, and frighteningly intimate strategy. Everyone in their immediate vicinity, including Nick, Adam, Summer, and even Sharon, starts to feel the tension building as the week goes on. A psychological game of deception, strategic conflict, and emotional warfare swiftly develops from what begins as a minor action. Furthermore, even if Phyllis believes she is in charge, she might be underestimating Sally's capacity for survival. Let's get the fight started. It's always a warning that Phyllis Summers has been too quiet. Subtlety is not Phyllis Summers' forte. She blows up when she's upset. She confronts when she feels suspicious. She attacks when she feels threatened. Genoa City has been perplexed by her new serene, almost zen-like demeanor, especially Summer, who is the most familiar with her mother's brand of turmoil. However, there is a smoldering tempest behind the quiet. Phyllis has observed Sally getting caught up in loops she shouldn't be. She has observed her becoming closer to the Newmans once more. At Newman Media, she has seen her influence increase. She has also seen Adam and Nick stick around Sally despite their claims to have moved on. This is no longer about jealousy for Phyllis. It has to do with risk, command, as well as reputation. She believes Sally poses a threat to her family, as well as the stability she has worked so hard to restore. Instead of confronting Sally directly, Phyllis chooses to take a calculated approach. The quiet before the storm. That was getting ready. Next week, the storm comes. Sally's new opportunity. The trigger lately, Sally Spectra has been doing well. She has found her footing after reconstructing Newman Media's fashion coverage and separating herself from romantic instability. She feels secure, honored, required. And Phyllis acts quickly when Nate says that a high-profile relationship that might improve Sally's brand may be in the works. Because Phyllis is aware of what accomplishment like that means to Sally. Greater exposure, greater sway, more strength. Furthermore, Phyllis won't allow Sally to reappear without repercussions, particularly in light of her treatment of Summer, particularly in light of the debacle with Nick, especially in light of Adam's emotional devastation. Phyllis tells herself that she is defending her family. The truth? She desires to regain control. Step 1. The conciliatory method. It starts with a surprising saving grace. In a harmless, public place like society, Crimson Lights, or even the GCAC, Phyllis walks up to Sally and gives her a polished, friendly grin that instantly raises suspicions. Phyllis praises Sally's most recent endeavor. She brings up Nate's curiosity. She mentions Newman Media's growth in passing. She speaks in a nice tone. Too silky. Sally is aware of this conduct. She has previously witnessed it from enemies. Like a predator circling while feigning admiration for the surroundings, Phyllis's friendliness is a warning flag. Sally cooperates, giving a cautious yet courteous response. Sally is unaware that Phyllis is taking notes on everything she says, every phrase, every hesitancy. Because Phyllis isn't merely being amiable. She is obtaining information. Step 2. Sowing doubt where it causes pain. Following their first exchange of words, Phyllis moves quickly. She is aware that the initial blow is psychological. She starts making remarks to important players. Are you certain Sally isn't taking advantage of this fresh chance to re-establish her relationship with the Newmans? Nick said. I've heard Sally has been busy charming the right people. Adam said. You are aware of her methods. Sally is talented, but impulsive, Nate said. Perhaps you should review her most recent choices. To Summer. Don't be alarmed. I am capable of handling this. Phyllis isn't lying blatantly. Perception is being shaped by her, directing suspicion, sowing the seeds for doubt to flourish. Sally gradually starts to notice that something has changed at the end of the week. Around her, people behave differently. Doors shut. When she enters, the tone of the conversation changes. Suddenly, opportunities seem less safe. And she is fully aware of the perpetrator. She has no evidence though, not quite yet. The trap in step 3, the riskiest action, is Phyllis' last one. She creates a scenario, a meticulously planned arrangement intended to surprise Sally, give the impression that she is manipulative, or cause her to make a mistake. The trap may appear in a number of ways. Option A. A phony leak knowing that Sally will take advantage of the chance. Phyllis gives her misleading information about a possible business venture. Phyllis intervenes and accuses Sally of fabricating it when she approaches the incorrect executive or brings up the incorrect detail. Option B. A prearranged conflict. Phyllis poses as though she is telling Sally something about Nick, Summer, or business. She records the exchange or manipulates the situation to make Sally seem dishonest or self-serving. Potential C. A skilled sabotage before a crucial meeting. Phyllis manipulates Sally's proposal, makes changes to a document, or sends a false email, making Sally appear careless. Possibility D. Individual deception, knowing that someone significant, Nick, Victor, or Nate, is observing. Phyllis causes Sally to react emotionally. Whatever the approach, Phyllis's goal is obvious. Make Sally appear unstable. Make her untrustworthy. Make her question herself. Make everyone question her as well. Phyllis is against Sally being on the board. Sally responds calmly but strategically. When Sally first came in Genoa City, she was a desperate young designer. She's matured. She's grown up. She now knows how to deal with formidable foes. She is also aware that confronting Phyllis head-on is a losing strategy. Rather, she launches a stealthy counterattack of her own. She keeps a record of everything. She keeps a close eye on Phyllis. She regains the trust of important allies. She refrains from making snap judgments. She fortifies her professional connections. Above all, Sally knows that Phyllis wants an emotional response, so she chooses not to give in. But Sally is boiling on the inside. She is aware that Phyllis intends to ruin her. She is aware that this is a personal matter, rather than merely a professional one. She is aware that she cannot allow Phyllis to triumph. Phyllis is exposed by Nick, but it's too late. Eventually, Nick Newman begins to see the pattern. Phyllis' unexpected fascination with Sally. She pretended to be concerned in her remarks. Her presence was too immersed. Her vitality. He understands what is going on. He approaches Phyllis. Furthermore, that discussion is explosive. Nick confronts her for interfering, for reenacting past conflicts, for entangling Sally in drama that she did not initiate. In response, Phyllis says she is defending him and Summer. At last, though, Nick informs her, "You're not helping. You are doing harm." This strikes close to home for Phyllis, because she gets even more dangerous when she feels deceived. Adam is retracted. Adam's protective tendencies are rekindled by Sally's perceived or actual instability. He sees how she's doing. He stands up for her. He asks Nate a question. He asks Nick a question. He doubts everything. Phyllis interprets this as proof that Sally Spectra will always be a threat. Adam is drawn back into Sally's circle by this, and their relationship is rekindled in a way neither of them is prepared for. Phyllis observes the developments from the shadows. She won't acknowledge, however, that she might have set off the fuse. Phyllis goes too far, and the trap backfires.